Halo, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today, we are going to present a material of designing classroom of language tests. We are from group 4, consists of Siti, Meirita, nur'afni, and syifa, nazla. And I'm Siti, Meirita, nur'afni, will be the first speaker. Okay, so here are the outline of the presentation. First, we are going to discuss about test types. And second, some practical steps to test construction. And the last is scoring, grading, and feedback. So, the first material is test type. The first task you will face in designing a test for your student is to determine the purpose of the test. Why? Because defining your purpose will help you to choose the right kind of test, and it will also help you to focus on the specific objective of the text. Jadi pertama-tama kita harus menentukan dulu tujuan dari tes itu apa. Nah, di sini ada jenis-jenis tesnya, ada types of the test, ada 5. First is language aptitude test. Second is proficiency test. Third is placement test. Fourth, diagnostic test. And the last is achievement test. So let's get into the first type of test. First is language aptitude test. Language aptitude test is designed to measure capacity or general ability to learn a foreign language and ultimate success in that undertaking. So, if we are confused, what the example of the language aptitude test? Di sini ada dua contoh, yaitu MLAT, or we can say the Modern Language Aptitude Test, and PLAB, or we can say it the Plimsoll Language Aptitude Battery. So, seperti apa tesnya itu akan seperti apa? Nah, di sini ada salah satu contoh dari di MLAT. Nih, for example consists of 5 tasks. Jadi isinya itu ada 5 task ini. First, numbering learning. Di sini, examinees must learn a set of number through oral input and then discriminate different combination of those number. Second is phonetic script. Examinees must learn a set of correspondences between speech, sound, and phonetic symbol. Third, spelling clues. Examinees must read words that are spelled somewhat phonetically and then select from a list the one word whose meaning is closely to the disguised word. And fourth is words in sentences. Here, examinees are given a keyword in a sentence and are then asked to select a word in a second sentence that performs the same grammatical function as the keyword. And the last is pair associates. Here, examinees must quickly learn a set of vocabulary words from another language and memorize the meaning. Okay, the second test is proficiency test. Here, if your aim is to test global competence in language, then you are, in conventional terminology, testing proficiency. Jadi contohnya itu apa untuk tes proficiency ini? Yang sering kita dengar itu adalah TOEFL, atau kepanjangan dari Test of English a Foreign Language. Jadi TOEFL itu adalah a typical example of a standard proficiency. So here, a key issue in testing proficiency is how the instruct of language ability are specified. The tasks that test takers are required to perform must be legitimate samples of English language used in a defined context. The third is placement test. Here, atau kita bisa biasanya sebut tes untuk penempatan, untuk menempati di mana murid kita nanti, di mana si murid itu nanti akan ditempatkan kelasnya. So certain proficiency tests can act in the role of placement tests, the purpose of which is to place a student into a particular level, seperti yang tadi saya bilang, or section of a language curriculum or school. A student's performance on the test should indicate the point at which the student will find material neither too easy nor too difficult but appropriately challenging. Tuh, jadi di sini dites apakah materi yang terlalu susah atau terlalu mudah gitu untuk si muridnya itu, dan nanti akan ditempatkan tempatnya sesuai dengan kemampuannya. So di sini placement test itu ada beberapa variasinya. Yang pertama, assessing comprehension production, and next responding through written and oral performance, open-ended and limited responses, and selection also give filling format, and that's all depending on the nature of a program and it's needed. And then the diagnostic test. A diagnostic test is designed to diagnose specified aspect of a language. A test in pronunciation, for example, might diagnose a phonological feature of English that are difficult for learner and should therefore become part of a curriculum. Di sini contohnya ada a typical diagnostic test of oral production was created by Clifford Preacher di 1972 to accompany a manual of English pronunciation. Dan di sini each of which has several subcategories. The main category, jadi kategori di tes ini adalah stress and rhythm, intonation, vowels, consonant, and the other categories. And last is achievement test. Achievement test is related directly to classroom lessons, unit, or even a total curriculum. Achievement tests are limited to particular material addressed in a curriculum within a particular time frame and are offered after a course has focused on the objective in question. Jadi kalau tes ini itu adalah sebuah tes pencapaian atas apa yang telah diajarkan. Makanya di sini dibilang bahwa the tests are offered after a course has focused on the objective in the question gitu. Nah, kalau tentang spesifikasi dari tes pencapaian ini itu biasanya ditentukan oleh the objective of the lesson, unit, or course being assessed, also the relative importance assigned to each objective, and next the task employed in classroom lesson during the unit of time, practicality issues such as the time frame for the test, and so on. Okay. We are going to get into the second material. It's about some practical steps to test construction. Jadi di sini adalah beberapa hal yang perlu diperhatikan untuk membuat suatu tes, untuk merancang sebuah tes. Yang pertama adalah assessing clear and ambiguous objective. So, to know the purpose of the test you are creating, you need to know as specifically as possible what it is you want to test. Jadi apa yang ingin kamu teskan itu harus jelas. Okay, remember that every curriculum should have appropriately framed accessible objectives, that is, objectives that are stated in terms of effort performance by the student. Okay, so di step selanjutnya itu ada drawing up test specification. So, test specification for classroom use can be a simple and practical outline of your test. For large-scale standardized tests that are intended to be widely distributed and therefore are broadly generalized. Okay, and next, the last from me is revising test task. Jadi direvisi, diteskan kembali. Step-stepnya adalah yang pertama, in the final revision of your test, imagine that you are a student of taking the test. Jadi seolah-olah kamu adalah muridnya mengerjakan soal itu, kemudian go through each set of direction, lihat direksinya, lihat arahannya, and all items slowly and deliberately, and time yourself. Juga perhitungkan dengan waktu. Kemudian, if the test should be shortened or lengthened, make the necessary adjustment. Jadi dari hasil itu, apakah tesnya harus waktunya itu harus lebih dipendekkan atau lebih ditambahkan waktunya, itu bisa ditambahkan di saat revising test task ini. And then make sure that your test is neat and uncluttered on the page, reflecting all the care and precision you have put into its construction. And the last, if there is an audio component, as there is in our hypothetical test, make sure that the script is clear, that your voice and any other voices are clear, and that the audio equipment is in working order before starting the test.